got this tattoo at the Brussels Tattoo Convention. I had been traveling Europe for about 2 months and I had been really missing San Diego, so I got this piece to kind of like show my love and appreciation for my hometown. For this next tattoo, I actually wasn't sure what I was going to get, but my friend was in town from Arizona and he owns a tattoo shop there and I love his work. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to get like a really cute little jackalope guy, and he kind of had the idea and like I just was into it. So, you know, a lot of my tattoos don't really necessarily have a meaning. I just really liked the design or the tattoo artist and kind of let them do whatever they want. So I ended up actually really loving this tattoo. This bearded lady I actually got on the TV show Best Ink, and some of you actually saw that, and it's super weird because it ended up looking exactly like my husband, who I ended up meeting and dating for, you know, from then until now, like a month after, and it's super weird because it looks a lot like him. This next tattoo on the back of my thigh here, I still haven't gotten finished, but it is a tribute to my friend Michelle, whose story is kind of personal, so I'm not going to share it here, but there is a reason for everything in this piece, and maybe someday I will share it with you guys if it's all right with her. This next tattoo is actually an Elvgren drawing or painting. This was the cover of one of my Elvgren books and I really loved it, and it was actually one of my first tattoos. I got it when I just turned 18 when I got this tattoo, and it's actually not quite finished. You may not be able to tell, but I had a few different tattoo artists working on this, and I don't think it'll ever be finished, but it's definitely one of my favorites. This is an Indian tattoo. Actually, my ex-boyfriend, who had finished, well, not finished up, but had been working on my pinup girl there, actually did this one once we had broken up. I just really love his work, and it's nice and traditional, and I was like, I want a tattoo, but I don't know what to get. Well, I am a 4th Blackfoot Indian, so why not get a Blackfoot Indian tattoo? I got this tattoo on basically the shin of my leg and the back of my leg on my, let's see, I just turned 21 and it was July 4th in San Diego. My friend Eno did this tattoo and I still haven't had it finished because I was on my period when I got this tattoo done, so the pain was like crazy. I was also a little drunk, I don't know if he knew that, but this fucking hurt a lot, so I like haven't gone back since, but now that I'm back living in San Diego, I am definitely gonna go visit him. He keeps hitting me up, he's like, when the hell are we gonna finish this? So I think I'm due for a trip. And as far as the meaning on this, there really was no meaning. I just have always really liked the way that vultures looked in tattoos specifically. The shading and the coloring in them always looks really good, which is crazy that it's been 5 years since I got this done because I still have zero fucking color in this, so I need to go back and get it done. But I don't know, I also really like the idea of a severed head. I'm not really super into gore or anything, but I just liked it as like a cartoon kind of tattoo. So I absolutely love this and I am really looking forward to getting it finished. So this tattoo, you might be wondering, what the hell, why does it say this? When people see it and catch a glimpse of it, they're like, what the hell? And they never understand it. They're like, oh, that's funny. And I'm like, no, you really don't get it, do you? The idea behind this tattoo is that my friend Mikey, who also did the jackalope, did this one, and he had this actually as a piece of artwork that he had, and I was like, I really love that because I am a super monogamous person, and to me, this kind of represents like how easy it is for people to kind of just say, oh, sorry, I'm a slut, like no big deal, I cheated on you, sorry about it, like not sorry, whatever. And it just kind of represents how like I disagree with that. I think it's very serious, and I think that relationships should be taken seriously and people's feelings should also be taken seriously. And I'm also Christian, so that kind of goes hand in hand, I guess. But yeah, that's the reason for that. It always reminds me of my morals, and not that I necessarily need to be reminded, but that's kind of interesting because no one ever really understands that one. And I would be just absolutely shocked if someone came up to me and like totally understood that, like without me explaining it, which I actually don't want to explain it. It's, you know, the tattoo's for me, not really anyone else. And that's kind of why I placed it where I placed it, so that I wouldn't really ever have to explain it to anyone. But some people are super nosy and they always catch a glance. I'm like, yo, why are you looking at my inner thigh? That's super weird. There's not a long explanation for this one, except for one of my friends was learning to tattoo, and my other friend has the heart inside label whatever tattooed on his arm, so we kind of match. So it's kind of like friendship necklaces, but for like a female and male friend kind of deal, because I don't think I could get the guy to wear a necklace. If I could, then that would be pretty rad, but I settle for a tattoo. And the friend Dave that I share this tattoo with is actually Mexican, so we were like, what do we want to put on our leg? I don't know. And I was like, I love beans and you're Mexican and I call you a beaner all the time, so let's just get a can of beans. settled, done. This tattoo is a portrait of Rod Serling. Unfortunately, it really didn't turn out how I wanted it to. This tattoo is much darker than the portrait photo that I actually brought into the tattoo artist. This is like a Rod Serling portrait of a Rod Serling who smoked and drank for like 60 years, and it just isn't really what I wanted it to be, and the tattoo artist didn't really make a huge effort to fit me in to fix it, so I kind of just gave up on that whole situation, and it just is what it is right now. Which is super disappointing actually, because I really love the tattoo artist's work who did this, and I don't know if he's just used to working on darker skin or what, but this is what I ended up with, and the actual photo looks completely different. Even people who used to watch The Twilight Zone still have no idea who the hell this is. They're always like, who is that? This is another one where no one knows who it is. This is after actually one laser removal treatment by Dr. Kirby at Dr. Tadoff. I'm going to be going back for more, and I'm sure you see how much this has lightened up, which is kind of crazy, but I need like 12 more sessions to get it completely removed. But this is a pretty lame story of a tattoo artist who didn't really know what he was doing and tattooed this on me, and I guess it's my fault for letting him do it, but I'm just glad that I'm actually getting it removed. This is Ace Ventura from Pet Detective. I'm going to be getting the same portrait redone in the same spot, but by a better tattoo artist. This is a tattoo done by the same guy who did the Indian on my leg as well as the Elvgren girl. This is a tattoo for my grandmother. This is one of her favorite songs, and I just got this right after she passed away in 2008. So yeah, this is just a tribute tattoo for my grandmother. And I also got this tattoo right when I turned 18. So my back piece, this is obviously the largest tattoo that I have. Shoot, I started this when I was 20. I believe it took me 1.5 years to complete. It was a total of 40 or so hours on my back, which I did over 1.5 years because I didn't have enough money to go, you know, every 2 weeks or whatever. I was a bartender at the time, and yeah, so I just went in when I could. Brendan Rowe did this tattoo, and I brought him a drawing of placement and all that, and then he kind of recreated it in his own way, and I knew that I wanted the lightning bolts and all that stuff and the purple clouds, so he kind of created it into what it is, and I actually need to go back in for a touch-up, but this is one of my favorite pieces, and it kind of represents time flies. This next tiny tattoo was on my 21st birthday. I'd asked my boyfriend to give me an 8, and he drew a 21. You can't even really tell what it says. So cool, thanks for giving me a tattoo that I didn't fucking ask for, douchebag. So this tattoo is super cute. It says "One More Song." My husband and I both have this on opposite legs, and basically our first date we spent at Disneyland, and it was like the longest date ever. It was like 15 fucking hours, I swear. So then we went and had a drink at another bar, and then we sat at Norm's and had breakfast, and we sat in the car and just kept listening to songs together and talking, and it was awesome. And I just kept saying, "One more song and then you can take me home, one more song." And so we finally got this tattooed as one of our first matching tattoos actually, so it's quite special. And P.S. this is a really shitty spot to get tattooed, so have a couple shots, would ya? So if you've been following me for a while, you know exactly why I have this tattoo. This is a portrait of Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball is she was just an amazing person, and I strive to be exactly like her, except when I've heard that she's kind of bitchy. I don't want to be like that, but she was just a super strong businesswoman, and I just really admire her. And I always have dreams about her, which is super fun. Like, not creepy ones, but like cool ones. These two tattoos are actually the first tattoos I ever got. It says love and lust, and the hearts go with that. And it's basically saying that with love, the whole heart is involved, and lust, it's a cutout heart. It was super emo. I don't know what to tell you. But I got these actually in Baton Rouge, Louisiana when I was living there. And yeah, those are the first tattoos I ever got in my entire freaking body right there. So that's a popular question, and there you have it, folks. And I got these tattoos when I was 16. These tattoos say Lost Soul. I was not actually a lost soul. I just was at a party in LA for some fashion event or something when I was like 19, and I just liked the tattoo artist that was there, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, Lost Soul, that fits there, great. So I waited till the end of the party, and I paid like $50 for these tattoos, and I think it was like Mike DeVries that did these, who's a pretty well-known guy, and I might have that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's who did these. These knuckle tattoos are Shakespeare's words. It says all's well ends well, and basically I got these right when I broke up with somebody, and I always like got tattoos when I would break up with somebody as like a sign of starting fresh and doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. The same guy who did my back piece actually did these, and they are holding up fucking magnificently. Hats off to you, Brendan. And as a lot of you know, I'm fucking obsessed with my husband. So of course those are RJM, his initials, and our anniversary right there, 1126. Disgusting. Go puke, I know. This tattoo is kind of hilarious. Wait, let me pause this right now because this is going to take longer than a second. This tattoo represents rain or shine. My old roommate and one of my best friends and I got this, and I usually don't get matching tattoos with people because I just don't really trust too many people to like have the same, ink on my body as them and to represent something. Anyways, I thought, what the hell, we're really good friends, why not? This tattoo was her idea. Then we got into an argument about something silly, and I was like, okay, so maybe you're having a bad day, let's discuss it. And she was just really mean. So, and said some really hurtful things. So I kind of never looked back again, but at least I have a sun on me now, and she has like an umbrella with rain, so that's a bummer. Rain or shine my ass. This is a super cute walrus, like Captain Cute Walrus Man right here. I was just like, let's stick with the sea theme and make a cute walrus on my arm. And then I also got the jellyfish at a later point, and they're both done by the same person. This was the second tattoo that I ever got. So first we had the Love and Lust, and then I got this one when I was 16. Also, it is an octopus. I got this also in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it took about 6 hours. This mermaid on my arm was actually done by someone named Will Card, who I really don't like. He was not a nice person, which is why I didn't get it finished. I also got this tattoo right here to kind of cover up some of these scars that you see. It was an anarchy symbol and a few other dumb things from my childhood. And of course, here is number 13. I have this a few times on my arm. I try and get it every Friday the 13th, but I've missed quite a few. I think I have a total of 2 of them. This is a super cool, like, traditional ship right here with a shark. I was like, let's stick to the ocean theme and get this. Same person, a friend of mine who did my walrus guy and my jellyfish also did this. And I think it's time for a touch-up on that one too, but I just wanted to stick with the nautical theme, and that is not a fun spot to get tattooed by your armpit right there, okay? This is my newest tattoo right here. It is the Flower of Life, and this was done by one of my favorite people, Peter Madsen, in Copenhagen when Ryan and I were visiting there last year. It's all dot work. This took 6 hours, and pretty much did it straight through, and it healed up in like 2 days. Love this dot work, so I am a weirdo. This tattoo says forgive and forget. I got this after I was getting out of one of my relationships, kind of just like, I forgive you and I forget you, let's move on. But I really don't forget anything. I learned from everything, so it's kind of a little misleading, but I guess I was young and dumb and just thought it worked out really well there. All right, and that concludes my tattoo tutorial. You have seen every tattoo that I have on my body, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm super used to my tattoos, so it's like whatever for me, and I also apologize for getting this out to you guys so late, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.